Hello, my name is Fox, and until day and I'm at Fox. Don't fall, please, God. Basically, I actually was gonna do, Black Hat meets, well, comparison-wise, of characters, I was gonna do Black Hat meets, Alistair, but then I realized that I don't think I watched Villainous, like, I want to say maybe 2 years ago. Like, it's been a while. So, but, and then I realized that some of the episodes are in English right now, so I'm actually going to do a reaction to some of the Villainous episodes. So that way, one, I can get a refresher on Black Hat, and also, get some reaction videos in. But this one is another one I wanted to talk about for a bit. And it's because after I was asked to compare things, after watching Steven Universe, I kind of started thinking, I'm like, this kind of makes sense. Which basically is that Lapis Lazuli, my favorite and best gem of Steven Universe, is very similar to one of my favorite hedgehogs, Shadow. You might be thinking, you're fucking insane. Probably shouldn't say that in the first minute. Because I'm actually able to get monetized now. Yay, YouTube, you assholes. But yeah, so basically here's kind of my thought process on this. It's because even though, like, they seem like kind of like completely different characters, they do kind of have a very similar role in the show at one point. They have a very similar role in the show, or in this case, the games, and it all kind of like, I think this is kind of why I'm attracted towards these characters, in a sense, because Shadow, like, the fun thing about Shadow is, like, I'm playing through Sonic Adventure for the first time now. Like, that is the first time I'm playing through it. But my first introduction to Shadow the Hedgehog was, Sonic Heroes. Like, no, that's not true. I knew of Shadow from Sonic Adventure 2. For the longest time, I thought he was Sonic's brother, especially because of Sonic Underground, and like there's Manic and Sonia, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe this is like Sonic's brother too, because they're hedgehogs, and it's like, oh, wait, no, that's why my dumb self back then thinking, oh yeah, there's only one Sonic. No, there's multiple timelines technically, but yeah, like Shadow. But yeah, Shadow is a character that I really liked a lot, and over the years I've liked him even more, especially after like Shadow the Hedgehog the game. I do like that game. And then later on down the line, obviously when I started watching Steven Universe, my favorite character gem, Lapis, came into the fold, and Lapis I really liked as well. Not only because I really do like the color blue, as well as I've noticed a lot, like, I don't know, maybe just because blue's, I guess, kind of a common color, I guess. Blue, and also because Sonic, but blue is a very common color that I like, and like some of the best artwork I think on DeviantArt that I go through, they would have Lapis in it. It's always like, it's like this really nicely, like, one where it's like, it's her blue, but then also the background is made with like different shades of blue, and I don't know, those art just like, as well, I'm like, that's freaking good art, and like, if it's done very well, I'm like, I think I need to like raise the camera up. But in any case, basically the whole point of this is that these characters, though, very different in ways. Even how I even like first saw them, they are very similar in some cases. Like, for example, Shadow. He is, in Sonic Adventure, when he's introduced, he is what's shown to be someone who can use a power that not everyone fully knew how to control. Where, like, Sonic obviously has used the Chaos Emeralds before, ever since the very first games, to go supersonic and gain a boost of power and strength and stuff like that. Shadow was like that step up from that, where it's like, he just needs one emerald, and the sucker can teleport, use Chaos Spears, all that stuff. Though, even later on down the line, at least in the comics, my friends say he doesn't need it in the games, but I know in the comics, definitely, he later on evolves where he does not need the Chaos Emeralds. And, like, Shadow could literally be considered one of the strongest characters in Sonic the Hedgehog. And again, like, he starts off as a bad guy who he starts off as a bad guy who wants to basically sets in motion the interaction to basically destroy the world, and then is basically who has a tragic backstory that constantly haunts him up until he's able to kind of get closure, which then after that it's kind of like he's trying to make up for certain bits. Where then we'll cut to someone like Lapis, where Lapis kind of fills again a similar role, where you have that Lapis when she was first introduced, though it's not so much, it says showing of a new form of using chaos energy, other than going supersonic and stuff like that, it is more in a sense of showing that there are other gems than the crystal gems. And not only that there are some extremely powerful ones, and you could probably say that Lapis, depending on the planet, I would say depending on the planet, because I don't think on a homeworld she would be as powerful as she would on Earth, because obviously, what is it, like 70% water here, 90% water, and everyone is also made of water, so you could... But anyways, Lapis is possibly one of the strongest gems there is. Honestly, like, there are a lot of times where I'm just like, if you just get Lapis, Lapis will take care of this. Like, Lapis is one of the strongest gems there is. You have this character that has obviously a tragic backstory in itself that does haunt her to this day, where it is again, it is her being stuck in the mirror for so long, and then eventually later on with Jasper, what happened with Jasper being stuck under the water to keep her down there, holding her, and then on top of that, you have on top of just that, you have that Lapis that she's haunted by that, and also that Lapis in a sense almost sets up for the world to be freaking destroyed. Because, though mind you, in that case, Lapis really wasn't willingly a part of that, as Shadow was, but it is in a similar case. And then obviously even after that stuff, both characters are in a sense quote unquote edgy, or emo in some sense. Like, obviously Shadow's kind of the more brooding, dark type for a bit. In the comics, I don't want to... not the IDW and the Archie comics. I haven't gotten that far into the IDW ones yet, though I do like what I see. Especially when Sonic and him, fight. It's just, I love when, the Chaotix are watching them fight. They're just like, should we help Sonic? And they're like, dude, we're not going to be able to catch them. And you just see, the ping, 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 as they run off into, the forest. I'm like, oh my god. That's exactly what I want to see. The IDW comics, though they're not Archie, are pretty damn good. Although I do hope they bring in, the Freedom Fighters. It's alternate timelines. You can literally just say, oh yeah, the Freedom Fighters, boop, there you go. They're from the Mobius Prime. And it's like, oh, you thought you were the main timeline? No, there's no technically no main timeline. There's multiple timelines. Simple. Also bring Infinite back. But, Shadow is much the edgier, kind of, darker character. But, and, he's obviously a character who really doesn't open up, except to certain characters, such as Rouge the Bat, Omega. I want to say Cream. I can't remember if Cream was one of them. That was a character that got close to Shadow in the comics. I feel like it was, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that was just art I saw. But, and another one, Blaze the Cat. Where, in the comics, if I remember correctly, Shadow was kind of a dick to her. And he, every time, Blaze is just kind of, mean to him. And, you see that Shadow's just trying to apologize. And he's just but he knows, yeah, I fucked up. Stuff like that. Lapis is in a kind of a similar boat. Where, again, she did some bad things in her past. Kind of. She did some kind of bad things afterward, mostly when with Peridot. But she does try to make it up to Peridot. Whether it be, when they destroyed the tape recorder, Peridot's tape recorder, when she just straight up took the barn and left. Lapis did something, even then I still say a lot of that's justified. And I say that in the sense of, yeah, she has fucking PTSD. Leave her the hell alone. But but obviously then like she does open up to certain characters. The Crystal Gems, I don't really know. I know she does open up to obviously Steven. She opens up to Peridot, and she does kind of open up to Connie. I want to say in the the beta team episode. I want to say the second Crystal Gems. I can't remember what the hell that episode was called. But yeah, like those characters, like Shadow and Lapis, again, like basically just quick points. Both of them are like are arguably the strongest in their own universes or shows or games. They're the strongest. But only probably edged out by the main character, and I say that loosely because I think Lapis could probably take Monster Steven for a time at least. And Shadow, even though Shadow did, I haven't finished Adventure yet. Well, even then, Shadow and Sonic I know have to team up. So, in a sense, like I don't know, Shadow has lost to Sonic, but I think Sonic. So actually, no. What is it? Sonic has beaten Shadow twice, maybe. And if you technically consider Shadow the Hedgehog, you think of all the different timelines in that. Shadow has killed Sonic multiple times. And we're not even getting into Mephiles. But yeah, like these characters. And again, like each of them is a little bit edgy. Even Lapis later on kind of gets like the bit of like she even has like I don't know if you can tell, but like she has like the curled up back hair. Which fun fact, back when my hair was fun story I guess when my hair was a lot shorter. I don't know why I'm adding this. When my hair was a lot shorter. I flat ironed it, or my mother flat ironed it, and my hair still had curl in it though. But because it was flat ironed, instead of it curling, it picked up, and I had like Sasuke's Shadow the Hedgehog hair. And I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. I can never do it again, though. I don't know how the hell it happened. It just kind of happened. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I was like that for like a day, and then, yeah. In any case, that was the one time I'm like, that's cool, I have like anime hair. And then it just disappeared. God damn it. I might be a weeb. Anyways. But no, yeah, like, I should put Lapis here. But no, yeah, like, these two characters, though very different in multiple ways, are very connected in some ways. Hell, you could even say, like, a very much similar to, I was comparing Lapis's story to Sonic Adventure 2, but actually you could compare Lapis's story to Shadow the Hedgehog the game, because obviously even then, like, actually you could probably even make more comparisons through that one, because we really didn't know that many different aliens out there, but obviously Black Doom came saying, Shadow, do this for me and we're gonna end the world together. That's kind of what Lapis did. She appeared, she showed that yeah, there's more crystal gems and they're aliens, as well as showing how powerful they are, and then also basically being kind of the harbinger of death, in a sense. But obviously then, in the very end, choosing to protect the Earth rather than destroy it. So in a sense, Shadow the Hedgehog, the game Shadow the Hedgehog is actually probably a way better comparison to Lapis's story as well, showing connection between these two characters. Also, you could just say like they both technically gain their powers from chaos, from like these gems. But yeah, so yeah, that's just, I don't know, this is a quick little comparison thing. I just wanted to see if you guys like this or not. Be on the lookout for the Villainous reaction video, and check out my Final Fantasy VII Remake playthrough. They're like hour long, you don't have to watch it all in one session, but I kind of want those kind of take off, because I like playing the game, and I'd like to just get those out there. Have fun, have you all join me on that little adventure. I just go fucking insane playing that game. It's really, really goddamn fun. I got my Buster Sword over here, so I don't know. Yeah, you can see it. Oh, shit. Oh, no, not you. My other giant sword. Ah! There we go. Oh, wait. There we go. That's it. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other videos. Hopefully you enjoy this. Sonic the Hedgehog is still one of my favorite video games, and Lapis is definitely one of my favorite characters. And look, she even has a Buster Sword now. Thank you for watching. Check out videos, and Lapis, we will see you later. You know, if you like the video, you can subscribe and, like it or whatever. Yeah.